leader leading us into this new era and an era of opportunity. So please welcome our Prime Minister, Dr. the Most Honourable Andrew Holness.
Thank you, Minister. Let me acknowledge all who took the time to be here this morning. Cabinet press briefings are becoming quite an event. I noticed that students from UTech and other universities are joining us. Welcome. It's very important that you are a part of the, I like to use the term civics of the country, the public affairs. Very important. These days, there tends to be almost a popular view that it is not cool to be in politics, which is far from the truth. Being involved in the affairs of your nation is, in my opinion, the highest calling and the coolest thing that you can do. So, congratulate you for taking the time and participating. Just to hear what we have to say. We don't always reach the audience that you can reach. And sometimes they won't accept it from me, but they will accept it from you. So it's good to have you here. Let me acknowledge my ministers who are here and my permanent secretaries who are also here, and the various heads. So you mean all of what I have said wasn't? And all the various heads of agencies who are here. First, let me say that the road to getting NARA approved was a difficult road. I see the CABSEC smiling in agreement because behind the scenes she did quite work coordinating and pulling everything together, because in the initial stages of NARA, the coordination, the organization, the administrative work that needed to be done, that was placed on the Cabinet Office for strategic reasons, because that is where that is the part of government that has reach into all of government, and therefore we utilized the resources of the Cabinet Office to get this done. So in my hands today is actually the law, physically represented. It's no longer the NARA bill, it's the NARA Act. And it has received this very beautiful seal. It's called the Royal Assent. We're going through a process to change up all of that, but until then, it is what it is. This is a Royal Assent, meaning that the Governor General has stamped the bill with the seal to say this is now law. So Parliament debated, Parliament made amendments and voted, both houses, and passed the bill in the House, but it goes through one last phase. Some people say it's a formality. Not quite that, but an important part of our legislative process. And so now, NARA is fully legal. NARA is in effect. So it has given NARA its legal identity, its powers, its duties, and outlined clearly what are its functions. But this needs to be brought to life. And to do that, we have to appoint the people who will bring the bill, the act, to life. And I'm pleased today to announce that after a very extensive process where we advertised for the post of the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer, it was advertised internationally. We received 120 applications from all over the world, 85 of which were specifically for the post of the CEO. Others would have applied maybe for both CEO and for some other position or for other positions, which were not yet advertised. We shortlisted 7. So you can imagine the involved process of filtering through all the applications. So we shortlisted 7, and these 7 persons were interviewed, 3 of whom were Jamaicans and 4 were international candidates: Australia, United States, the UK, and I don't remember the other country. The panel included, the panel that conducted the review and the interview included the chairman of the PSC, that is the Public Services Commission, Pat Sinclair McCullough. I don't know if she was able to participate in all the deliberations, but she was a part of the panel. Then we had our cabinet secretary, who participated, Maria Thompson Walters from the TIU, that is the Transformation Implementation Unit in the Ministry of Finance. We had as well the esteemed Professor Gordon Shirley from the Port Authority of Jamaica, and Mr. Stephen Edwards from NROC. So they did quite a bit of work behind the scenes to ensure that the right selection was made. I was only informed of the end result. So just in case anybody thought that I kept a distance for good reason. The final decision came down to someone who has served the country very well. And the decision was to appoint Major General Anthony Anderson, who is now currently ambassador to the United States. Obviously, that will change. He was former Commissioner of Police and former Chief of Defense Staff. And as fate would have it, I had tasked him to review the state's response to Hurricane Beryl, which would have included a review of all the entities involved in the response, but specifically a review of ODPEM. So he is already in proximity to these issues. I can't go into the reasons for the selections. Obviously, they would have compared resumes, experience. But one thing I can say, I have great confidence in Ambassador Anderson. He would obviously have great skills in leading national institutions. He led 2 of the most important institutions in Jamaica, the JDF and the JCF. In both instances, he would have designed and implemented transformational programs in both institutions. He would have had the experience of working with international entities, both the IFIs, which are going to be critical, that is international financial institutions, going to be very critical in this process, but with international contracting as well. He would understand the issues that are involved, understanding the local lay of the land, and I'm going to use the politics of the land, not the small politics, but the big politics, how to manage the stakeholders and the idiosyncrasies of Jamaican society. So he would be very well placed to address that. Importantly as well, he would have the confidence of the partners and stakeholders that would be critical for the success of NARA. So this appointment would necessitate some adjustments. We will keep you up to date as to the changes that would have to be made. I had a brief discussion with Tony last evening, and I welcomed him. The appointment will be effective the 1st of June. So we are on the road now with NARA. I had a discussion with him about, and I should say that Cabinet met yesterday to late evening to discuss the appointment, and we had a discussion around what should we title the position. The title is already in the law. It's the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer. But, you know, I was thinking we need to ensure that the office is not characterized as a bureaucratic office where it's just pushing paper, signing off on documents. This is about executing, getting things done. In the original concept of the chief executive, that was the idea, the person who got things done. The board would deal with governance. The administrators deal with administration. But the CEO get things done. And so in the law, he's the chief executive officer, but I'm going to call him the chief executing officer, the man who will get things done. And that has to be a cultural change in Jamaica. We need to start paying attention to outcome and getting things done quickly. The rest of the world, that's how the rest of the world is thinking. We are lagging behind. And I'm saying this looking straight in the eyes of our UTech students. The next generation of Jamaicans, you must be the people who get things done. Now, the cabinet also discussed the first set of projects that will form the register for NARA. We have finalized a shortlist. They will be compiled and published, I would say, in another week or so, just in time for the appointment of the new CEO. So you now have the Act, you will have the CEO in place, and the projects that are going to be part of that register of projects will be in place. Finally, we discussed the composition of the NROC, Jamrock. Stephen is head of NROC. Sorry, the Jamrock, that is the Jamaica Reconstruction and Resilience Oversight Committee. And we will publish the terms of reference and the names of the persons who we have invited to participate. So this will happen simultaneously of the Chief Executive Officer, who I'm going to call the Chief Executing Officer. So we are all aligned now, and we are ready to go. 1st of June will be the effective start date of operations for NARA. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much. A big announcement.